quiet phone. Printer, that's plenty, thanks. Hi, my name is Kate, and welcome to my FlossTube. I don't have a lot of different things to talk about. This could be a shorter FlossTube. I guess we'll find out. So first thing I want to share is this picture. This is my youngest, and how cool does she look? Anyway, they had a professional photographer come into the martial arts place that we go to, and the only person in our family that's actively doing martial arts right now is her. So she was the only one that got her photo taken. But hopefully next year when they come back in, because apparently it's a yearly thing, I'll be able to join in. Fingers crossed. But I think she looks really cool, so I wanted to share. So I have works in progress. I don't have very exciting to look at works in progress, but I have been doing stuff. So we'll start there. The first one, I guess, that's kind of ties in with what I just shared is the piece that I'm making for our martial arts place that we go to. Everyone is naked, and this woman here, I'm going to be cross-stitching the top of her head, so that's why she looks a bit flat-headed right now. She has like shaved side bits on her head and then long like I've got cat ears on, by the way, because Halloween, and I bumped them. I forgot that I was wearing them. Anyway, yeah, she's got like long bit in the middle, not as a mohawk, but like she puts it on one side. So anyway, so that's why she's a bit flat-headed, and she'll have a cool hairdo that I'll stitch as realistic hair. But yeah, this is coming along. I think it's pretty cool. It was a lot of dark grey, ultra dark, I think it is. It's the pewter. It's 3799. I can't remember the name of it, but I know the number because I use it all the time. So there's that one. There is this one, which I forgot to take out of the bag before I started. This one is in a timeout right now because I am mad at it. It's totally not my fault at all. This one's hard to share with it because I can't see the camera screen. So I have not done much, as you can probably tell. I've done a bit more down the bottom here, and I've done some in the bookshelf up here. And the reason it's in timeout is because this writing that I started here is down one too low, and 3 of the 4 books that I've started here are too long by 1. And so I have to unpick all of that. So it's in a timeout. This one is now fully released. As of today, I'm recording this on Friday the 28th. This is completely released now, and she even included a cute little bookmark as an extra to stitch with it, which I am trying to figure out how I can tie it in with this because it's so cute. It's a book cage bookmark, and it's basically a bird cage, like an old style bird cage with flying books inside. It's very cute. I don't read physical books very much, but I listen to audiobooks, so I don't really have a need for a bookmark. So I'm thinking, yeah, of how I can tie it in with this. But this is all released. My printer was just finishing off printing chapter 10 because it came out today, which chapter 10 is huge. Chapter 10 fits in where my needle minder is, basically. So that huge area there was a bit, as you can see, there's a book there. There was bits that was released here that came with this chapter here. Anyway, I'm really far behind now, but I can't get any more further behind, so that's nice to know. I will definitely be working on this again in the future because it's really nice. It's really fun to work on. It's a really nice pattern to do. It's just in timeout right now because I'm mad at it because I've had to unpick so many sections. I have learnt that I am not great at big pieces because of this piece, but that's good to know. Doesn't mean I'm never going to do big pieces. I just need to focus more and count the grid. That's the problem I'm finding. I'm not counting the grid necessarily, which is why I didn't have any problems to begin with. I was counting the grid at the start, but then as I go, and I know I've done this with other stuff, it's not as big of an issue when it's my own work or because it's just a small piece. But I then stop working from the grid and I start working from what I've already stitched. And so if I've made one tiny mistake in something else that I've stitched, it throws everything off that I'm now working on. Yeah, it's a big cascade effect. So that one's on hold right now because I have more works in progress. My computer screen just turned off. I'm using it as a light box right now. I have ornaments. I am batch stitching them. I have 10 ornaments that I got, that was placed when I did my ordering. So I have 1, 2, 3, and this is 4 that I'm working on actively. This is just 2 people. And then I have 6 that I've gridded but not yet started. So there is a lot for me to work on. I've talked about this on my Instagram and during my stream that I did earlier this week. I'm having to catch up a lot more than I hoped for with my ornaments at this point in time, basically. I looked back at my previous ornaments the other day. I was doing, it was for a completely different reason, but I noticed that I had finished stitching 5 of them by the 4th of November last year. And so I'm, kind of upset. And not just only finish those 5, I had done a lot of work on all the other ones that I had at that point as well. I had completely finished 5. So my hope was to be at that point this year as well, like roughly the same point. And as you can tell, I'm nowhere near that point. I have designed them in a way that they'll still look awesome, but it's not going to be as difficult for me to, well, not difficult, but I'm not going to be agonizing over minor details because I've made them simple for myself. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm still really, really excited about getting them done, but the added pressure that I've had to put on myself to crank them out is making it less fun. And the reason I'm behind is because I had an extra surgery that I didn't factor in that was going to happen, because who knew I was going to need to have a second surgery. And then I guess that's all my works in progress, so we'll use this tangent to talk about real life stuff. My family got COVID, and it was shortly after I released my previous FlossTube, and that's kind of why I sound a bit nasally today. I can at least hear it. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it. My oldest, we're pretty sure she brought home COVID from school because she was sick the weekend before I released my last FlossTube. And then my husband and I started getting sick, and then that Wednesday he and I tested with our at-home test kits that we've got, and both came up positive. And then we were like, okay kids, you're staying home, we're gonna be playing Minecraft all week. And yeah, so my oldest is all fine. My youngest didn't even catch it. She didn't test positive at all somehow. And I'm almost back to normal. I'm still just, like this part here is just bleh. I'm not sore or anything. I'm just blowing my nose a lot and occasional coughs. My husband is struggling though. He's deteriorated again, and I'm concerned because of the emergency room visits he had earlier in the year, back in April, May, that time. Because the only thing that we could associate the emergency room visits he had was the booster shot that he got of COVID. Hopefully that helped his immune system and it was just a freak thing that happened, but I'm still on edge about him being unwell right now. So that's fun. But yeah, today he's deteriorated a bit, and I'm glad for him that his department has the day off today. So that's good. So I've had a lot of catch-up appointments this week. Personally, I was at the chiropractor this morning. I got my hair cut yesterday, but I had like all these appointments booked for last week. And I had to like go on a bunch of cancelling sprees, and I wasn't gonna bring COVID around to other people. I've been masking up because I know that I'm testing negative, but I'm sure I could still do something where I spew my germs on people. So whenever I've gone out, I've had to wear a mask, and my kids have been wearing a mask at school for this week, and they're doing a good job. They hate it. And my youngest has been, I think, feeling a bit embarrassed, which is sad. I don't want to embarrass her, but I also don't want her to get sick or her to get other people sick. But it is what it is. But it was nice to get my hair cut yesterday, and although it hurt, it was nice to get to the chiropractor finally, because that's been 6 weeks when it should have been half a week between visits. What else has been happening? Oh, we're getting a new dishwasher today. I have put off getting a new dishwasher for ages because anxiety, pretty much, social anxiety and adulting anxiety, making sure that I get the right thing in the right size that's right for our family and blah blah blah. So we've needed a new dishwasher for over a year, and I finally bought one after agonizing over the decision for so long, and it just got installed today. And I'm so excited because having an almost broken dishwasher has been very stressful. So it's just like a whew thing, and I'll be able to fill it after I pick up my kids from school probably, because it's doing like a run through right now. I don't know why, but yay, that's exciting. Being an adult is weird. Very strange. I do have one more work in progress that I'm gonna try and fix right now, and I'm gonna cover up part of it because it is a gift for someone that could be watching. So I'm doing realistic hair, which I will turn into a bun on the back of her head. But this one's been silly to work on. I knew there was something else I had been working on. I couldn't remember what it was, and then it suddenly dawned on me. So that one's happening, and I'm hoping to get that one done pretty soon so that I can just like tick something off my to-do list pretty much. But yeah, so I don't have any finished pieces to share from the last week, but I did release a new pattern last week, which, as I mentioned everywhere, was a over 3-year process to get this pattern finished and set up for release. I'm so nervous about it. I don't understand why I'm so nervous about this pattern in particular, but I don't know. It's had a couple of purchases. I guess I'm expecting people to come back and say, oh, this is wrong, and why is it like this? And I don't know, just the anticipation of letting people down is real, basically. Once I get through my stuff that I need to get through, it'll eventually be a piece that I work on for myself. I have actually got 2 works in progress of 2 of my samplers already. I've got the Stranger Things one and the Firefly one, and the Stranger Things one is actually pretty fleshed out. The Firefly one, not so much. So I don't know if I can tell myself successfully to finish those ones before starting the one for the office, but we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of people on the one for the office. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I'll put a link in the description. If you love it, that's awesome. I'm hoping to have a new pattern on my website this coming Monday, as in not today when you're watching this, but this coming Monday. It's not going to be anywhere as big, and I'm just hoping basically that Jessica, one of my test stitchers, will be able to make the edits that I've asked for, because she finished test stitching it, and I didn't like one part of it, So I asked if she'd be willing to change it, and yeah. So hopefully, and because there's no rush, in my opinion, for her to do it. Like, she's got a life, she's got things she wants to do and all that. So hopefully she's able to get it done, and that means I can release it this coming Monday. So we'll see how it goes. It's just a silly little one. Yeah, I hope people think it's cute. I do have another work in progress that is the one that I've shared a few times and then I've stopped sharing because I don't want it to be spoiled inadvertently. I've been doing decorations on it, so hand embroidery, florals on it. And I was working on it yesterday and I am kind of hating what I've done. So I'm working up the courage at the moment to cut it all out and redo it. I sort of tried to do too much and made it too dark as well. So yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow. Part of it is because I've had to do a lot of undoing with this one. I'm just really frustrated about having wasted my time and wasting the floss, and yeah, I'm overthinking a lot of things pretty much, but I think I'm good at doing that. I think I'm good at overthinking things. That's what I'm getting at. I am looking forward, hopefully, to being able to participate in Halloween shenanigans this year. If you aren't aware, if you're new to following me, the toe issue that I've been having for ages, the date that I broke it was Halloween last year. So I missed out on trick-or-treating last year. So I'm not pleased about the fact that I'm going to be in a moon boot again for Halloween, but this time I won't have just freshly shattered the bone in my big toe. So I should be able to do at least a little bit of walking around with my kids. And I have a big onesie that's a wolf, that's right, because we're all going to be dressed up as Minecraft themed characters. And my oldest daughter, one of her favorite things to do in the game is to tame wolves and have them run around and follow her. So she is dressing up as Steve. My youngest is dressing up as Alex because her name is Alex. So she thinks that's pretty cool. And my husband is going to be a creeper. So it should be funny. And I'm actually gonna be working up the courage to ask some random stranger in the neighborhood to take all of our picture as a family. I should actually practice and make sure I can get my costume on with my moon boot. I might have to put the moon boot on over the top of the leg of it or something, I'm not sure, but we'll figure out something. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my newest pattern. Let me know about the newsletter thing that I talked about last FlossTube. I didn't get any messages about it, so I'm still wanting to know if that's a thing that you'd be interested in. If you don't already, head on over to my Instagram and give me a follow there. That's where I post the most frequent amount of times. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you around the internet. Bye!